Locally, we're seeing very high levels of COVID. We're actually seeing some of the highest test positivity in COVID since probably 2021. It does feel like we're in a rising tide of infectious diseases, and I think there are a number of reasons for that. One is just we use a lot of antibiotics in the community and in agriculture and livestock, and that contributes to these rates of drug-resistant bacteria. I think our warming climate also contributes to the rates of the spread and the reach of these infections. The new vaccine was just approved by the FDA. It should be an excellent match for some of the variants that are circulating now. It won't necessarily prevent everybody from getting infected in the first place, but it does an excellent job of keeping people out of the hospital, preventing severe illness and death. And that does that both for older folks, but also for kids. And this is back to school season. This is a great time for people to start talking to their pediatricians about the vaccines if they have questions. These vaccines will continue to provide very good protection against severe illness, and that's really the most important thing from a public health standpoint. We actually have a lot of experience with these vaccines, and we have a lot of studies to show that they are safe. And so we know that we have not seen any long-term consequences from them. We do not expect to see any long-term consequences from them. As a parent, it's an exciting time of year, but we also know that as kids get back together, we will see an increase in respiratory viruses, not just among them, but they certainly bring things home to the household. And that's sort of a normal part of childhood. But a good way to help prevent that is to make sure that kids are up to date with their vaccines, and certainly that will keep them safe. We also think about kids often spend time around other vulnerable adults. They've got grandparents, or maybe some of their parents have underlying medical conditions or are immunocompromised. And so keeping kids vaccinated is part of that immune cocoon where we're protecting older folks as well. This is also a great time to just teach kids about hygiene, respiratory hygiene, hand hygiene that really prevents, it's really the bedrock of preventing infections in general.